welcome back to the Corporate Burnouts. How are you, Mandy?
Doing so good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It is officially 2026.
I know. This is crazy. This will be episode 46. So we're
Uh-huh.
almost to a year. Like it seems so
Like,
crazy.
it doesn't feel like we've had a year of conversations.
I know. And 10 years before that,
I mean, yeah.
or more,
Wow. Or more.
15
Yeah, I was
years.
going to
Yeah.
say, how long?
I
So
can't
long.
remember.
We're
Yeah.
dating ourselves now.
hmm
So, well,
Yeah.
how was your New Year's?
Oh my gosh. So New Year's was really cool. So we still had Brody and his friend Easton down here for
Mm-hmm.
New Year's. And after our conversation about intentions and stuff like that, we got those Chinese lanterns. You know what I'm talking about that you set
Yeah.
off into the air. And so we wrote our kind of goals, things that we wanted for this year down on them. And then we set them off and we watched them fly away. And they were so pretty. It was really fun. It was really
Did you get
fun.
good pictures?
I got some good video and
Good.
not a lot of good picture, but I was really excited. Easton was not as interested he wanted to set, the fire and everything.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm content. There's nothing that I really want. And Brody's like, you don't want anything? But Brody did so good. He wrote down he wanted to go to state for swim this year and the times that he wanted for his different swims that he is really, and he wrote down that he wanted to be in student council next year. That's something that he's been working towards all year, getting his grades as good as they can be so that he can do that.
Yeah.
And I just loved that because, you do have to be intentional with the things that you want. And I think it's great to start off the year that way. I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff. Dan's just said, fuck yeah, because that's Dan. And
That
then we
is
had
very
so many,
Dan.
yeah, but we had so many in the package. We just got them from Amazon. And
Yeah.
and so they were like, can we set off the rest of them? And I was like, yeah. So
Yeah.
we had
One
fun with
goal
it.
per lantern.
Only one sucked because Dan cut a whole bunch of holes in it and then tried to like tie them up because it wouldn't float away. And so the boys had to go and find it so we didn't catch somebody's yard on fire, but
Right.
or house or whatever. It was burned out in the middle of the street. So anyway, but that was such a fun kind of exercise and thing that I think that we might do every year. So I thought that was really awesome.
I love it. Our New Year's was not as intentional. I
No.
mean, I guess it was, but we didn't set intentions on New Year's Eve. We did, and I think I said it this last week. I have never been out on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not a thing that I do. Throw a party at the house, wear your pajamas, or even fall asleep on the couch. I barely made it to midnight.
Yeah.
We
We
had
did
a
it.
game night with friends and finger foods and a bottle of wine, and it was fantastic.
Just one
But,
bottle of wine?
well, I was the only one drinking the wine. So, yeah, I had the bottle. It was fine. And then we got a call. One of the dogs had gotten out, and I was like, oh my gosh, we should have seen this coming because of fireworks and stuff. So,
Mm.
got the call at 8 o'clock, didn't see it until after midnight. So, we got to go to the party that the dog went to 3 streets over.
Oh my gosh, which dog?
Lori.
Oh, so
A
one
sweet
of
girl.
Chase's
Yeah, it was one
dogs.
of Chase's dogs. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, how did your dogs get out of the house? I get it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has a doggy door, so they just come in and out
Yeah.
whenever they want, and we can't she's gotten out, like, probably 5 times since then, and we can't figure out there's no
Where
holes
she's
under the
getting
fence. I don't know if she's, like, running and jumping over I don't know how
Yeah,
she's getting
she's
out,
like
but
got some hops now.
yeah, so there's gonna be an electric fence today because she, got out again last night.
Oh
Good
my
times.
gosh.
But she's not going to the same place, which is surprising because the
Mhm.
people that we found her with New Year's Eve, like, wanted to keep her.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they were having a full-on party. It was like a Tejano thing, and, I mean, the music was bumping, and they were like, "Y'all come in, have a beer," and he was like, this girl's already had a bottle of wine. I'm taking her to bed." I was like,
That's so
"Oh,
fun.
man, I wanna eat tamales with you guys." It was fun,
Too
but
bad you
no,
had to
we
go to
had
bed.
a good time. I will say it's really hard to get back into the swing of things.
Mhm.
Really hard. I thrive in routine, and this is not that. The
Yeah.
holidays just, like, turned us upside down
They
and
ruin everything when it comes
yeah,
to routine. It's like, I only wanna work 2 hours a day because that's what I've been doing through the whole holidays,
'cause
you know?
yeah, you just, like, sit
Mhm,
down and piddle for a
mhm.
little bit, and then you're like, "Alright, I'm done," like,
Yeah.
whatever, and do whatever you want, and now I'm like,
Mhm,
"Okay, now that we've got" we had a funeral, and then the kids have been out of school, and we've had the holidays, there's been so much going on that is
mhm,
so outside our normal routine, but we are back in the saddle, kids are back in school, I'm back in my office in front of the desk, like, not chained, but, like, forcefully making myself sit
mhm,
and do. So that is
mhm,
good, and we've set some great intentions for 2026 with
mhm,
goals, had some resolutions, and also those intentions, so I think we are covered
mhm.
on all the things that we plan to do, now it's just a matter of doing it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, and you have to, like we talked about, you have to break it into smaller pieces so that you
Mhm.
can and add it into your routine. Like if routine is what you're needing, then your routine now has to
It
involve,
has to include
yeah,
all of those
sitting and
things. Yep.
planning for the money you're going to spend and sitting and planning for the food that you're going to purchase and all of
Mhm.
those things. That's hard, especially right after the holidays, right? Like if the new year started in April, it would be a lot easier because you're rolling from
Wouldn't
moving
that be
fast.
great?
So actually, I saw a video, it just jogged my brain, but someone said that the new year doesn't actually start like in some.
It's the
Yes.
Chinese New Year, and it doesn't start, I wanna say, until, like, the end of February or
Yeah,
something.
I can't remember, but they're like, "Dude, stop
Let's
doing
find
this.
out.
It's not actually the new year." And I'm like, "When is the new year?" Because it would be a lot more convenient if it was a different time of year for me anyway.
Yeah, can
Like,
we celebrate at another time?
yeah,
Change
let's
this
not
calendar
start
up.
fresh while I'm still full of food and drinks from 2 weeks of or a month even of going hard.
Oh, okay, okay, so I get it. The Chinese New Year has nothing to do with the normal calendar.
Right.
It is all about the new moon, and so for the next few years, it's gonna be a little bit different. In 2025, it starts on January 29th,
Mm.
but in '26, it's not till February 17th.
So it's like Easter, it just changes.
Yeah, it
That's
rotates
interesting.
based
Yeah.
on the moon, but yeah, I think that would be like, can we just, like, separate Christmas and New Year's just a little bit? I
Yes.
do love the week between
It
where
is.
it's
It's
like, I
really
don't know what to do with
nice.
my life, but
Yeah.
at the same time, for productivity's sake, my god,
Mhm.
can we
Yes.
separate these things?
Please.
However, all that being said, we spent a lot of time last week, and I say last week, not just on this episode, but just in life, thinking about, talking about, really mulling over what we wanna do differently in 2026,
Mhm.
what we wanna do from a goals perspective, all these things that we're gonna add to our life. But I wanna talk about what we're not gonna do,
Yeah. There's a lot of things. We
because there are
always did.
some things we need to be cutting out, right? Like, I need to make room for some of this new, so we're gonna have
Mhm.
to, like, some things are going on the chopping block today.
Yep. Okay, I'll go first because I have one that
Okay.
I have to stop doing. So this year, I am not going to make excuses for not moving my body. Right? They
Mhm.
say sitting is the new smoking, or whatever. It's like it literally is ruining my body to sit for so long, to work for so many hours, to not be moving, and there's
Mhm.
no excuse. Every single day, I can be I could be running up and down the stairs in my house. You know what I mean? Like,
Something.
I don't have to go outside in the 20-degree weather to get the workout. I don't have to I just have to move my body, and we talked about that, I wanna do that, but it's like, there's no excuse for it. There's never any excuse unless I'm, like, dead, right? If I'm super sick or
Right.
something, and
And you're
then you
not.
make it.
You are physically
Yes.
capable, and it turns out there are 24 hours in every day.
And we just don't
You can give 20
prioritize.
minutes of
Yeah.
one of them
Mhm.
to a little bit of movement. I
Yep.
agree.
Yep. No excuses.
Well, what I'm not gonna do, one of them anyway, is operating on other people's timeline.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even talking about necessarily professionally, like, deadlines don't matter or things like that. I just mean, I think that I personally it's part of the people pleasing, right? Like, I want to make other people happy. I want, you know I think this is specifically with my children, but that's the part that really gets under my skin that makes me a little sassy about it right now. But, like, dropping what I'm doing or lowering my personal priorities to accommodate someone else's. Now, I'm
Mhm.
not saying that there's not some, give and take, there's not any compromise at all. I'm not trying to, like, move into my selfish era, but
But
let's,
there's a
like,
difference between
hold yeah.
I bled through and you need to bring me pants and I just want you to bring me lunch at school, right? Like
Yes.
I don't have to be on your
Mhm.
timeline unless we have a real emergency situation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. If we pre-plan something like, "Hey, mom, on Thursday, I have to be here at 5 o'clock." Okay, fine. Then I'll stop and get up and take you where you need to go at 5. Like,
Mhm.
totally get that. But
Yep.
the drop what you're doing right now because I forgot to tell you,
Mhm.
I'm done. Nope.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing today
That's
because
fair.
my priorities are priorities also.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, because you gotta make money. You gotta, be on somebody else's
Yeah.
timeline sometimes. You can't be on everyone's timeline at the same
And
time.
again, it's not even just about work, man, where it's like, I can't make plans for my own personal life until I know what your plans are, and if your plans are ever changing, then that means my plan now I'm the flaky friend.
Yeah.
I don't wanna
Mhm.
do that.
No.
So, yeah, we're gonna
Yep.
set some boundaries.
To go along with that one, so something that I think we both have a hard time with it, but is the people pleasing. So really, people pleasing in
It's just on
general,
the list.
we just have to stop. We just have to not do that this year. And I don't mean not pleasing our clients, right?
Right. We would like
Um,
to still make them happy. Yeah.
yeah, but there's a there's a difference between, "Hey, I can talk to you in 2 hours," and, "Hey, stop talking you and you in my personal life so that I can
Mhm.
answer this call." We don't need to stop what we're doing for every single phone call that
Yeah.
comes,
I
and
am so guilty of that.
sometimes it's I'm in the middle of something with another client, I'm not gonna answer the phone during that if I'm with them. But if I'm working on their stuff and then someone calls, I'm like, "Ooh, I gotta get this." And it's like, "No, don't ruin my flow here to answer that phone call when they're okay." They might expect me to answer because or us to answer because we always do, but it's like, let's make a plan for 3 o'clock today when we can get on that, and then we can focus and really get more done. That's part of my efficiency, right? Is to
Yeah.
make sure that everything is getting accomplished. And when I go in several directions because I want to be needed, so when someone calls, I automatically answer the phone right away. I am doing a disservice to myself and potentially them and other
Right.
clients.
The client that you're working on, like, it's a whole thing. I think I'm guilty of that, but I don't know that I get calls as much as you do, just generally based on
Hmm.
the nature of what our roles are. But for me, every new task that goes on the list, whether it's I got a phone call and somebody asked me to do something, even if it's not urgent, or if you call and you're like, hey, don't forget, we need to work on da da da. If you take my brain from one subject matter to another subject matter and I'm interested and it lights up something over here,
Hmm.
all this is dead. I don't want to
Hmm.
touch it anymore. That's old and boring. My brain can't touch it. I want to work
Yep.
on what's new and shiny. So I think that's part of like setting those like time intervals where I'm returning calls to where
Mhm,
I'm in a place where I have completed this task. Now I can take in new information and figure out what the next thing on the priority list is and get it done in that way. Don't check your
mhm.
email until you're done with this task so that you don't get you know, distracted by the new and shiny.
Yeah, and excited by the new and shiny, and,
Mhm.
I mean, I think that that leads into that and I know we're talking about things we're not gonna do, but for you, because you need new and shiny, like, 2-hour interval, like, let's time block, let's really think
Yeah.
about that, and because you can in between those 2 hours that you spend on something, you can still be interested in it, and then you can set it aside for 4 hours from now, and when somebody calls, you're not like, "I'm just looking for an excuse because I just started something new." I don't know,
Mhm.
something to think about.
Yeah,
Something
I think creating my priority list based on the work that I want to do might make me more efficient as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
However, I'm trying to think about, like, work that I actually don't want to do, and I don't really not I don't
Well,
hate
we
any
don't
of the
do
work
that
that I'm
anymore,
doing.
but something that we're not gonna do this year is take on stuff that we don't like, right? Because
Yeah, that's a
we
good
are
one.
we are beyond just anything to come in, right?
Mhm.
Like we have enough work now that we don't have to be like, "Yes, we'll make your Etsy store." Like we don't want to make Etsy stores. They're not fun to set up. So it's not fun for us. Some people probably
Right.
find that really fun. If you are somebody who loves to set up a Etsy shop, I would love to meet you because I would love
Yeah,
to
because we would like for
refer
you to
our
do them
clients.
for us.
Yes, I would love to refer our clients to you. I will say no to that every single time this year, but I'd love to send them to somebody who will say yes because I don't like to just say no, like go find your
And
own.
not give you, yeah, an opportunity.
Something else that I'm not going to do this year is say no to social plans. I My social battery, as Mandy knows, is short. It does not last very long. I need to be saying yes because once I get there, I'm always having fun. Now, I'm also not going to stay for more than a couple of
Yeah,
hours.
I was gonna say, you don't have to commit to the whole time.
No.
My favorite social Mandy, not social Mandy, but social Mandy,
Me.
is the Mandy who gets to come and go when she wants to. But
Yeah.
the command performance version of you in a social setting, that's not fun. It's not fun for you,
No.
and it's not fun for the people who have to be around
No.
you either. So
No.
I
It's
like
a
it.
little
Stay
too
stay in
spicy.
control.
Mhm.
Stay in control of your involvement, but don't say no. Don't give yourself the out of
Yeah.
not hanging out with people.
Yeah. And I have been loving the um the I don't want to say lack of a social life because I have a social life, but like
Uh-huh.
I I do say no more than I say yes. And I don't want to do that because I want to have those experiences too.
Mhm.
And I almost said no to some girls that were doing this Christmas pop-up thing at a bar type place, bar restaurant that has these pop-ups every season.
Mhm.
And I almost said no, and I was like, "No, I need to do it." Because I knew, like, I know myself enough to know that if I say yes on Tuesday, by Saturday, I'm gonna be like by Saturday at 6 o'clock or whatever, I'm gonna be like, "I don't wanna do that." And I was right, but I'm glad that I said yes anyway because I had the best time. And I need to do more stuff like that. I need to hang out with girlfriends more
Yeah.
because I get kind of set in my I have all of my girlfriends that live afar and I keep up those relationships on the phone and I don't spend enough time with girlfriends in
Yeah,
person.
the friends you have in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so strange, and I'm very curious of other people out there if they surely other people have similar situations, whether it's like your high school friends that you've moved away from or college or whatever.
Mhm.
But like so many of my friends, not to say that I have so many friends, but of my really good friends, they're not local. I don't get to hang out with you. I don't
Yeah.
get to hang out with Talissa. So when I do, it's a treat. But in the
Mhm.
meantime, like of all that I have to give out of my cup into a friendship, you guys get it all. I'm
Mhm.
the same way. Like at
Mhm.
home, who I spend time with, like it's my kids, it's Chase. We might go out with friends every once in a while,
Mhm.
but we really don't do a whole lot of things. And I'm kind of here for it
Well, and
because
I'm
I
completely
was
okay with it.
going. And again, making somebody else's priority of all the
Mhm.
things
Yep.
more important. And so kind of slowing down and not worrying about other people's social expectations of me has been a blessing.
Mhm.
I'm getting more sleep. I'm going to bed earlier. I'm waking up earlier. I'm waking up happier. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's actually been really good for my life and routine to slow down. So
Mhm.
I think, I know on the train that we're talking about of things we're not going to do, I'm not going to say yes out of guilt. I'm not
Yep.
going to just do it to please you.
Mhm.
Every yes will be intentional and
Something
every
you want
no
to
will
do.
be
Mhm.
intentional as well. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that that's great, and I will amend mine. I'm not just gonna be have you seen that movie, Yes Man, where he has to say
Yeah.
yes to everything? So, it won't be that. Like, it'll only be things that I
Yeah.
want to do, but I'll push myself. But I think it's really important is that we're not going to say yes to anything out of guilt, and that's personal and professional. Because
Yeah.
there's no reason to do that. That's a smart one. I have one more and it's a kind of easy one and it's something that everyone should not do this year. But it's work outside of work hours. Now, I don't have set work hours. What? You don't think I can
You're
do it?
gonna not work outside of work hours?
Let's just say my whatever set work hours I make for that day. Okay, let's say that because I sometimes am inspired late in the evening to do stuff and I didn't work half the day or something. But like if I have said I am, stopping at 5 today, we'll make dinner, we're going to play games, whatever it is, that's what's going to happen.
So you're gonna stop canceling plans because you have to continue to work.
Yes.
I like that. I was about to ask you though if you were going to one of those like bougie rehab facilities, maybe down in Florida for workaholics, because
I think that every business owner goes through this time where
oh,
they
100%. And I can 100%
overwork.
say
Mhm.
that this is why we're successful.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
it's
because
not I don't think that you're addicted to the work. I don't think that's what it is. I'm making a joke about it. I
no.
think that you are that committed to the business that you started and to making sure that our clients get what they need to and that everything stays on track and that you honor the commitments that you've made.
Mhm.
I do think that a lot of these things that we've decided to add and take from what we're going to do or what we're not going to do
Mhm.
are going to help you to be able to more efficiently be able to get those tasks completed and hold tight to the commitment that you've made to friends and family and what you want your life to look and feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the hard part, it's easy to not sit and do a full ass project from
Mhm.
5 to 10 in the evening. It's harder to not get a text message and email because I'm checking those things
Mhm.
and be like, I'll just take care of this real quick. Last night while we were cooking dinner, I was messaging back and forth with a client to try and get their email, an old email taken off of their Instagram account. And that didn't need to happen during that time because I started that. She didn't start that. You know what I mean? I was just like,
Yeah.
I need to do this. And then we're texting back and forth trying to get codes and everything that didn't need to happen while we were cooking dinner. Now, to be
Yeah.
fair, I was not a big part of the making dinner. So it wasn't like
Right.
I was needed, but it just that stuff's dumb. So what I have to do to make sure that I can quit that in 2026 is I need to be again, more efficient on the front end because half of the time it's coordinating with you and Mallory too. So it's like
Yeah.
we have to be ahead. And so I have to lead by example of being ahead and I have to hold deadlines and I have to, because some of it is I got my work done,
Yeah.
but I need to make sure that you guys have that done where
Yeah.
I don't have to do that after hours, right? And
Yeah.
we can do that. We can all do that, right? Because not everyone knows when my working hours are on a given day, right? So
That's
that
I was gonna say that
communication
is the
has to
hard part
happen.
because
Mhm.
mhm,
Yep.
because
Mhm.
when you shift your working hours, and I'm guilty of
Mhm.
the same thing,
Mhm.
like something comes up in the middle of the day and it's like, well, I guess I'll be working on this later this evening.
Mhm.
But when you shift what your working hours are or aren't, other people can't align their expectations to a changing
Yeah.
flow of, your schedule. So,
Yeah.
predetermining what that's going to look like, I think it's interesting because you communicate very well about when you'll be working and when you won't when you're on the road. So when you
Mhm.
guys are traveling and
Yeah.
doing the like work vacation type
Mhm.
thing that you guys do, like
Yeah.
right now, I know that next week you're gonna get things done when you can get things done
Mhm.
that are on your timetable, but you're gonna go to Disney World, and I'm not gonna bother you during that time, and we're not gonna
Mhm.
set meetings and
Yeah.
things like that. So you're a lot better at structuring what that time looks
Because
like
I
when you're
actually
not at
made a
home.
plan. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
have a bit of a plan at home, it's just by the seat of my pants, and so
Mhm.
it's like a free for all. So anyway, I'm going to be better at that because I'm gonna stop working when I'm not supposed to work. And I think I had a bit of a wake-up call last night because I checked my email, like, 3 times before I went to bed, and it's a muscle memory, it's just it's like you get on your
Well, we've been
phone.
doing that for 2 decades.
Yeah, but you get on your phone, you go straight to Instagram, like everyone has their thing right when they pick up their phone,
Mhm.
and mine is email, and I'm like, "I'm not expecting any emails. I'm not
You just
there's
wanna
nothing
know if
that
there's
could
one
come."
there.
Yeah, there's nothing that could come at 10 o'clock at night that I would even probably do anything with right now, right?
Yeah.
But that is a part that I'm addicted to because every email could be a new client
Yeah.
potentially or an old client wanting more of something from it, and it's just I have to separate from that and I'm going to do that. So, do you have any others you want to
Well,
share?
off the top of my head, I don't, but we had a lot of people who shared with us what
Yeah.
they're not gonna be doing.
Yeah. So, it went exactly like I thought that it would, right? So I
Yep.
asked on TikTok, I said, "What are we not doing at work this year?" Right? Because I wanted it to be
Mhm.
about work. And plenty of people had things to say and they're all correct. All right. So this person says, "I work for myself, so outsourcing more to free up my time and make more passive income." So she's not going to do all the work herself anymore. And I think
Yeah.
that that is high five, girl. Extra tasks. I'm done taking on more for the same pay.
We learned that lesson the hard
Yeah.
way.
So much. This person says, not setting myself on fire to keep others warm.
Wow, the way that
Mhm,
that is worded, I
mhm,
like it because
mhm,
I'm guilty of that. That's another way of saying exactly what I said I'm not gonna do,
mhm,
making your priority more important than mine, and
mhm,
when you phrase it that way, you can unapologetically say, "I am not going to set myself on fire just to keep you warm."
mhm.
And other people can't argue with that because you
No,
shouldn't expect me to.
no, never, never. This person is just not going to go to work this year, they said.
Okay, well, good luck with your bills. I hope you have a sugar daddy.
Yeah, this person says, just not going till January 21st. We should have taken more time off, but that wasn't really.
Yeah. Can we have next year, can we have dry January, but instead of quitting alcohol, we just quit work?
No. All right.
No.
I mean,
I'm
potentially.
kidding. I'm
We
kidding.
we would really I would love that. I would love to shut down for a freaking month, but we would just have to really do
We
a
still have
lot more
clients
work
to
throughout the
maintain.
year.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. This person said, not babying people. I could have made it easier today for a coworker to do something they should know how to do, but just don't follow the processes so I can explain it in a way that they can still figure it out, aka go into the tool and follow the steps I gave, right? So what I said back was teach a coworker to fish because literally
Yeah.
we have to stop solving people's problems
Yep. Teach
for
them how to
them.
solve it themselves.
Yep. So I love that for her. A gal. That's her name.
A
Let's
gal.
see. This person said, I'm not going to my car early while still clocked in. So she's going to start doing the right thing.
I'm not gonna go to my car early while I'm still clocked in. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You might wanna
So she's
look a
going a
little
different
deeper
direction.
about what about your job you love and what
Mhm.
you don't love, and if you should still be there.
Yeah. Yeah. And this person said, not answering my phone when I'm not clocked in. And I think that that is huge. And obviously, we
Yep.
talked about that. Like, we have to set boundaries. We have to have work life separation. We always talk about
Mhm.
work-life balance, but it's like there has to be a separation at some point in some jobs. Some you can't, right? Some you're on call or there's something that
Yeah.
is going to be an emergency for you. But when you work at a, appliance store and they're calling you at all times, there's no emergencies for that. Like, you can pick that up in
No.
the morning. It'll be fine. But
Yeah.
it corporate becomes this all-encompassing, I need to own you at all
It
times.
swallows you whole.
Not all corporations, but a lot of them take advantage of it. They get you loyal, and then they're like, "We just need a little something," and then it turns into all times of the day and night you are needed,
Yep.
and they make it feel like it's your idea because it was
Yeah.
my idea. I didn't have no one said I had to answer the phone, and in fact, Jen sometimes would tell us, like, "Turn it off. Don't" you know what I mean? Like, "You don't
Yeah.
have to do that," and we're like,
We had
"Well, we
all the
have to."
permission in the world to
Yeah.
set boundaries, but we were like,
Yes.
"No, no, no. We want more. Feed me, need me, need me. Ooh, I
Mhm.
love this." Oh, it was terrible.
Mhm. Yeah.
Terrible thought process on
So
our part.
this person is not gonna do that anymore. And some people said stuff about not taking their work computer home with them and getting that separation, and I love that. Like, let's just leave work at work. Again,
Yep.
some work you cannot leave at work, and it gets a little more blurry when you work from home
Yeah.
and you have it like you do, or we do, but you
Mhm.
do as an employee. You can take a few hours here, take a day here, make it up over here. There's no, you must be clocked in. We're going to track your mouse
Yeah.
from 9 to
Yeah.
5.
I'll be putting my mouse on the dryer so that it's constantly shaking if that's what we're gonna do, just a heads up. Yeah, no, I think that, for me on that when it comes to the whole concept of keeping your computer on you, I still do that.
Yeah,
If I go to
I do too.
Chase's, my laptop and my bag come with me, even if I didn't plan to work, even if it's over the weekend, like just in case I
Mhm,
need it, because
mhm,
I don't know. And it's not, if I don't need to, I don't get it out, but I take it
mhm,
on vacation. If I'm leaving town, if I'm
mhm,
just going to see family, doesn't matter. It's going with me.
mhm,
And I don't know that it has to be that way, but like I have been in the scenario years and years ago where I needed my computer and I didn't have it and I had to inconvenience somebody else to do work that I should have been able to do, whether it was something that I should have had done before I left or, I dropped a ball and somebody else had to pick up the slack, but that felt like crap. So I just decided I would never put myself in that situation again and I'll just keep my computer with me.
right.
And if you got to stop what
Well,
you're doing to do it, then, that's on you.
so if it's your fault, okay, because I want to talk about this. If it's your fault, if you dropped a ball, all
Mhm.
right. Someone should still be able to, if you're on vacation, if you're out, like not during work hours, someone should be able to do that. But here's the thing, a lot of things pop up, like we might have a client call and be like, for some reason, this page just isn't working right now on my website. And you could jump in for 3 minutes and fix that. Like
Yeah.
some glitch happened and or they added something and it made this happen. We can fix that so fast. Does that warrant an emergency? Can we get rid of the guilt of this is not just on me, right? Where you could
Yeah.
text me and be like, "Are you available?" or "Can this wait until the morning?" or
Yeah.
you know, but here's the other thing, and I saw people mention this in the like they're going to stop being the only person who knows how to do something.
Yeah. You and I need to get better about that too. We have very much compartmentalized the work that we
Mhm.
do.
Mhm.
And I think we started off really strong at making sure that everything I did, you knew how to do, and everything you
Mhm.
did, I knew how to do so that we could make
Mhm.
sure that we were able to jump in for each other. But now there are several things where it's like, because there's only so many hours in the day and we're trying to be as productive as possible that
Mhm.
like I do this because I'm the one that's done it and there's no
Mhm.
time for, it doesn't make sense for you to stop
Yeah,
what
we
you're
don't
doing that
make
is
the time to learn
yes.
how to do the other
Yeah,
things.
and we really should because God, especially if you look at the last year of my life where it was like the hits keep coming and sorry, Mandy, I'm not working today because of this. I sorry. And it's something different all the time. Let's not
Mhm.
like
It
the
is.
comedy of
It is.
errors of my life in the last year has been very interesting. And I know that there were a lot of moments where you were like, I just want to help you, but I
Mhm.
can't do what you're doing. And part of it is like what you need to get done is lives on your computer and I can't steal that from you from
Yes.
afar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But
difficult. But I
everything that we can, we need to make sure that
yeah,
we're
but
sharing
I think
information.
that people in corporate do this all the time. Like, it would have been really, really hard in our job for somebody to have helped my store on this because I have this I wasn't gatekeeping it. It was just I was the only one who knew it.
Yeah.
Recently, there's this creator on TikTok called Aunt Bree, and she's a HR person. I really want to
Mhm.
get her on the podcast. We'll try. Aunt Bree, if you listen to this
Yeah.
podcast,
Aunt
um,
Bree, come see us.
I would love to have you on. But she does these, like, she'll just be on Zoom with
Mhm.
someone and you're just hearing her side and then she puts the words on the screen of what they're saying. But somebody'll call and with an HR situation, she does freelance for smaller companies that don't have an
Uh-huh.
HR department, and she's holding them accountable and making sure that they are doing the right thing and keeping them out of legal trouble. And but this girl called her the other day and said, I was passed up for a promotion and they want me to train my new boss, and it's bullshit. And I'm like, that is some bullshit. Like, that sucks. But here's the problem. This girl has been a martyr and a gatekeeper because she wants to be the only one
'Cause
who
she
has
needs
this
to be the one
information.
that has the
Mhm.
information.
Yes.
She's
Mhm.
using all of that knowledge as her own personal superpower, when the
Mhm.
superpower is actually being the one to share that information and make the people around you bigger,
Yep.
faster, and stronger. I can't believe I
Well,
just said
but
that.
I know. But basically, this, they get the boss on the phone and the boss is like, "Well, for one, I can't move her up because I can't replace her. Like, I've been asking for a very long time for her to get this information um to other people so that it's not like I can't have anybody else train this manager because all of the information is in her head. Like, it's I
Yeah.
don't know it, nobody knows it except for her. And so it's like, but so she's irreplaceable in her role because
And she
she's
screwed
the only one.
herself over in that way.
Well,
She
and
screwed herself over and the company because now, like,
mhm,
what happens if she leaves?
yes. Mhm.
Like, that's
And
kind of not okay on either side.
no, and that's where, like, I need to be better about asking you, like, let's get on for an hour every week and you teach me everything that you are doing that I don't know, and I'll teach
Mhm.
you everything that I'm doing that you don't know just so that we can back each other up. But it's hard because it would take 3 people to replace this person. That's something.
Mhm.
Um, she would have to train them. But since she has set herself up like this, and maybe this was all the culture of the company in the first place, I don't know. But since she set herself up like this, now she's the martyr and she's always bitching to people about all the work that she has to do and all this. So now she's not promotable because she's causing drama in the office, right?
Yeah.
So it's crazy, like, that's just a crazy situation, but I I want people to think about that, don't gatekeep
Yeah.
the information, be a delegator, teach people, right? I wouldn't have felt comfortable leaving even though I had every right to do it without a backup plan for the company, but I had developed people that I knew that they were ready. I knew that there were people ready to take, and it took 3 people to take my job, and I
Yeah.
developed a couple of them to be able to do that. And
Yep.
that's all that they could have asked for from me, but I was always trying to develop people so that hopefully I was promotable whenever it was time
Mhm.
for me to be promoted, which is not what happened, but it also worked out for my exit plan as well.
Yeah.
So it's
You
like,
got promoted, you just got promoted elsewhere.
yes, I promoted to guest. Okay, so the other thing that most of these comments were in this comment
Mhm.
section was that this year they're not going to go above and beyond.
Love and hate that one
Mhm.
because I love somebody who's willing to go above and beyond, whether it's for a client or a loved one. I don't know, there's something very
This is all
special about
about
that, but
work
doing it
though.
on your own terms, yeah, doing
Yeah,
it
this
on your
comment
own
section.
terms, I think is very, very important. If you
Mhm.
are bitter or burnout or whatever, and you're making that statement based on other things, I would say, yeah, maybe you need to slow down on going above and beyond, but you need to dig deeper into what's causing you to feel all the things and address that so that you can continue to care about your job and want to be there and want to do a great job.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because when somebody says I'm done going above and beyond, that tells me you've been a punching bag for a hot minute, and maybe at your own, maybe you're the martyr, maybe this
Mhm.
is all
Yeah.
your fault that you've set it up this way. But there's a bigger problem than just you try too hard.
Mhm. Well, I think that so many people in this comment session section have realized that going above and beyond and being that high achiever that they are does not get them the promotion. It doesn't get them more money. It doesn't get them
Yeah.
anywhere except for mad at themselves for being loyal and trying their best. And it doesn't feel like they're getting
For
anything in return. And this is a transaction. Work is a
yeah.
transaction. It is completely
It
transactional.
absolutely is, and people get pissed off because they've overinvested.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. And I've talked about it a million times, but when I feel like I miss something, because of work, right? I wasted my time or I went above and beyond and I didn't get what I was needed to get out of that to feel good about it. And now I've missed something with the people that I love. There's nothing that makes me more irrationally mad. And so all these people who are saying, I'm going to stop going above and beyond, they've been burned in some way, even if they helped burn themselves. They they're just done, and you can
Yep.
avoid that as a boss. You can avoid that by making sure that your people are taken care of. The people who go above and beyond, you're going to get a whole bunch of people who are just doing the status quo if you
Yep.
don't figure out how to take care of them. So, I applaud the people who, I mean, I think that they're probably almost, not just burned out but done
Yep.
if they say that, but I understand it completely. So,
I agree. And
yeah.
and honestly, I think that, the biggest thing we're talking about things that we don't wanna do, but we all need to set more boundaries, and that's what all of these things are. We're setting a
Yep.
boundary of things. This is not my role in your life. These are things that I will not be doing, and I would love to hear more. So, if you
Yeah.
guys have not been on TikTok and seen that video to comment, definitely jump on there and give us your 2 cents. This
Yeah.
is not a
What are you gonna
this is
not
not a New
do this
Year's
year?
only conversation. We're gonna have to keep this one going to make it
Mhm.
effective.
Yeah. I like it. All right. Something I am going to do this year is attend the Become Women's Conference in March, and I'm very excited about
Yes.
it. And I'm very excited that you're coming this year too. For anybody that does not know what the Become Conference is, it is a women's conference, March 12th and 13th in St. Louis, Missouri. And it is just a good place to get reinvigorated with your business, with your job, with your personal skills. It does so many different things for women. There's keynote speakers, there's breakouts, there's supporting small businesses. There's a huge shop that they have with a whole bunch of small businesses there. So you can
Mhm.
do a little shopping, which is really fun. There's breakouts and panels and, so much to learn. So if you are looking for something that will inspire you early this year, this is a good place to be.
Really freaking excited because what I'm gonna stop doing is delaying development this year.
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
personal side, professional side. I'm gonna
Mhm.
stop putting it on the back burner.
I love that. I love that. We will have the details and the link to register for the Become conference in the notes. So we would love for you to come and see us. We're going to be on a panel the first night about marketing with a whole bunch of other marketing professionals. And you could literally get any marketing question answered, which is really fun. So,
Yeah,
anyway,
it's gonna be exciting.
yes, I hope that we see you there. Thank you for chatting with me today. This was a fun one. We are ready, completely ready for 2026 now, I think.
Well, that's good because it's here.
Yep, it is.
All
Okay,
right. We'll see you
we'll
next
see you
week,
guys
Mandy.
later. Bye.
Bye.